ready, cause this ain't funny. My name's Amy Z and I'm about to make money.
Hi everybody, it's me again, Amy from the Zula Mercantile, and it's time again for another What Sold video. And it's, well, December just started, so we're going to talk about what sold in November. And November was really great for me. I hope it was great for you too. I sold some really exciting things. So this one, I have a lot of items, so we're going to get right into it. But this time I'm going to talk about them in a little bit of a different way, because recently I was telling a family member, you know, I picked something up for $5 and I sold it for $50. And, you know, that sounds all well and good, like I made $45, but I never really tell anybody that, you know, minus fees, minus cost of goods, what I actually make on the item. And I thought, well, I should be saying that here too, because we want to be real with our numbers. There are fees involved. And in case you don't know, how eBay does it is, so you sell that item for $50, maybe you have $5 in shipping on it, so they're going to charge the fee on $55 and take their 12.5% if you're a top rated seller, plus 25 cents. I kind of just, I am a top rated seller, yay. So I do get that fee. So I have a spreadsheet that calculates it all for me, and I just want to share those real numbers with you going forward, and starting in this video today. So first item is my hero. He found a Rockler Jig-It Deluxe Concealed Hinge Cutter Jig Thingamabob thing. So this thing does something great for woodworkers. He found it for $23.24. We sold it for $80 in just 90 days, 1.5 months. The actual profit on that item is $43.26 to go in my pocket, because like I said, we take the $80 plus the shipping minus the $23.24 that he spent on it minus the fees. So on each item, the final number that I give you is what I actually make on the item. Okay. Next one up is an Alf Cool. If you see Alf is basically, it's vintage cool. I believe that's the first name that they had for the company, and then they went to just using cool. So I was excited to find this one for $7.41 at a thrift store. I sold it for $40. It took 7 months to sell, which was, you know, that's kind of a while, but sold for $40, and the profit was $26.34. This next one here is a Bose Wave, classic standard Bose Wave. It didn't work. So we were at a yard sale, and the lady told my husband, hey, if you want a project, I'll sell it to you for $1. And he loves a project. He loves to tinker. He's a gadgety guy. So he fixed it up. It actually just needed to be blown out with some dust off, this type of stuff. So he blew it out, cleaned it completely, and that sucker sold for $125. It only took 3 months, and we made $103.75 on that one. The next one here is a set of Lillian Vernon. Remember getting the Lillian Vernon catalog? That was always fun. It was a 4 canister set. I got it half off at an estate sale for $7.50. And then when it came time to ship it, I was really not excited about it anymore, because that was a real pain in the butt. So anyway, I got it shipped. It did sell for $40. It took 8 months to sell. I probably will not pick one of these up again. The profit made on that one was $24.04. Okay, these Pyrex, weird sale I went to, huge pile of Petri dishes. And I thought, you know, I've sold lab glass before, Pyrex, beakers and cylinders. So I thought, I'm going to give this a try. And the lady sold me a whole ton of them for $20. So I separated them into lots. This person, they bought the last 3 sets of 6 Petri dishes that I had. There are lids and bases, so that ends up being a whole lot of pieces of glass. I'm going to show you over here how I packaged them up. I do not really want to do this again, but at least I did make some good money. The Petri dishes, I ended up paying $10 for this, the 3 lots of them. They sold for $85. It took 3 months to sell, and I made $60.41. But yeah, I had to cut a million little pieces of cardboard to put between each piece of glass. It wasn't fun, but I made some good money, and I'm glad that they sold. And here Winslow over there. Just hold on a minute, babe. back to the story. The next one is a set of Lennox Mercury glass Christmas trees. And there are 3 of these. They light up. They have their original boxes. I did get them at a yard sale for $12 and they sold internationally. So it was really kind of nerve-wracking to have to ship them to England, I think actually is where they went. But they sold for $145 in just 2 months. What I did was I stuck some foam pieces inside their original boxes as well so they wouldn't jiggle jaggle. So the profit on those was $111.55. So that was really nice. I was happy with that one. The next one up here, I picked up this coat, beautiful coat. It was kind of like a cape coat with you can see it has the leopard cheetah fur accents, and you could take the collar off. It was made in Belgium. That caught my eye when I was looking at the tag because I had never heard of Dries Van Noten. But I'm so glad I did. I picked it up for $20 at a yard sale. It sold for $250 in 1 month, giving me a profit of $195.16. Thank you very much. I could do that every day. Thank you. The next one is just as good. In the basement at an estate sale, I saw this game. It's called The Construction Game. It was completely sealed, never had been opened before, from 1993. And with this one, there was no signal in the basement. So I had gone up into the kitchen to check the comps and I immediately ran back downstairs and grabbed that box. I picked it up for $8 and it sold for $265. And the profit was $219.30. And it only took 1 month to sell. And that one was just really exciting. I don't know. I couldn't open it to see what was in it, so I don't know what the game's about, but I'll take it any day. Next up is a tiny bottle of Coco Chanel Eau de Parfum. Remember, I bought 3 tiny bottles of perfume for $1 a while back. I'm glad I did. That means I paid 33 cents for this tiny bottle. It did sell for $21.99 in 1 day, only 1 day. So that gave us a profit of $17.96. So I'll definitely pick that up again. Next, we have a big old pile of Barbie clothing. I did pay $10 for it. It sold for $45 in just 10 days, and that gave me a profit of $28.11. Gosh, you know, when you have a big lot of Barbie clothes, I've done this many times now. I find it's best to just spread it out so you can see everything, and then I do like a shot of each section so the people can see pretty much what's in there, but I'm not going to take the time to, you know, show individuals or anything like that. And then just pepper in a few pictures of the tags because that is important to show that they are actual Barbie clothing. So I will keep picking up Barbie clothes forever. Ooh, this next one's really good. My hero again. He found, this is a Sony, it's a cassette carousel. So it's actual cassette tapes. And we took it apart because we had to change the belts. He is awesome. And he changed the belts in this thing. But it was really cool to see how it works inside there because it was actually a little carousel that carried around the cassette tapes and then chunked the one that you wanted in there. Very cool piece of machinery. I actually didn't know they existed, and I am from the land of cassette tapes because of my age. So this was a fun one to find. It was actually just $6. He changed out the belts. That was about $10 to buy the new belts for it. So we're in it for like $16. It did sell for $212 after just 2 months. And the profit on that is $162.59. Not bad at all. And that one did go international. So we wrapped it up good, sent it away. All right, now here's my fail for the month here. As you can see from the picture, this is a set of Tupperware measuring spoons. They came tucked inside something else that I had purchased, so they didn't actually cost me anything, but I thought, well, shoot, I'll list them. People sell these all the time. So I accepted an offer for $10. I sent them to the lady, and she hates me. She hates everything about me. And she swears that these are not Tupperware. But I know that they are. There's a lady in my book club, and she actually used to be the regional leader in sales for 10 different states here in our area. She's kind of famous in the Tupperware world. So I definitely trust her opinion. And she said they are Tupperware. But this gal, like I said, she's she's got something going on. So what I ended up doing was I just refunded her for the whole thing. There was $4.50, so I am now in the negative $4.50 because I gave her back the $10 and the shipping, and she gets to keep her Tupperware measuring spoons, and I hope she uses them every day and thinks of me. Moving on. Next up, we have a pair of silhouette glasses. You know, I like selling these. These actually sold really quick. I got these for $1.32. They sold for $45 in just 2 weeks. Gotta love that. And the profit on those was $36.98. Now, next up is, these are so cute. These are, it's a local artist. Her name is Gretchen Larson. She has a series that she calls People Pots, which is so appropriate. I got this cute little pair for just $4 at an estate sale. They took one single day to sell for $42, giving me a profit of $31.37. And I was actually tempted to keep them, but I'm happy that they sold, and hopefully the person loves them. This summer at a yard sale, I saw this little cutie. I don't know if you remember Buddy Lee, but he was kind of, I guess you'd call him the spokesmodel. He was for Shell gas stations. Anyway, I think it was in the 90s. They did a reproduction, Buddy Lee dolls, and he was doing all kinds of things. There's a whole series of them. But this one, he is a Shell gas station attendant. I snatched him up for $10 at a yard sale, and in just 2 months, he sold for $110, giving me a profit of $84.39. That was a good one. He was cute anyway, so it was fun to find. All right, that big pile of purses that I bought from the neighbor. I sold one. This one is Icon Los Angeles. They're known for their art to wear type of things. This one I saw, well, I paid $9.46 for each of the purses. And that one sold for $32. I accepted an offer for it, and it only took 2 weeks. So I did make $17.08. I think I have, I want to say it's $169 left until I break even on that pile of purses and start making some money. So that chips away at the deficit there. So anyway, next up we have a set of poker dice. I'd never seen these before, so I snatched them up for $1 at a sale because I thought they were cool. A whole year later, they sold for just $10. So I had a profit of $6.86 on these. Sure, I wish it was more, but I'm not in the hole or anything, and I learned something, and they were pretty neat. So I won't pick them up again, but I'm glad I did. Next, we have a Paige silk blouse, brand new with tags. This was from an estate sale where I bought a ton of stuff. This lady had a full closet, brand new with tags, all kinds of beautiful things. So it was exciting to find and fun to sell too. I paid $5.76 for the blouse. It sold for $60. It did take 5 months to sell, but I made $45.40. Okay, my in-laws somehow had an extra one of these remote controls laying around, the Dish Network. So I got this absolutely for free. It sold for $16 in 2 weeks. So I got $13.07 for that one. Ooh, these are the final figures from my Munsters village that I picked up. I had sold 2 Eddie Munster figures, and then the one on the bottom over here you'll see is it's a little picnic scene, really cute. It had an octopus coming out of the picnic basket. So I paid $1 each for the figurines, and they sold, so that's $3 in, sold for $60, and I made a total of $48.16 on that. Okay, next up was, this was just in a recent finds video, you might remember that. But these are the DC Chalet Moon Boots. They were $5. I did sell them pretty quickly, yeah, in just 2 days for $65, and the total profit on those was $49.73. This is a cool find. This is a West Point cigarette case with some initials on it. I got it for $2 at a yard sale. It did sell in 2 months for $27.50. I took an offer on that. So that gave me a profit of $21.08. Okay, brace yourself for the next one. This is good stuff. The Winston. Tim Richmond and the Winston, the poster, it sold. You might remember this from a Finds video about Tim Richmond being a prankster, and he showed his little race car in this picture. So I did find a buyer. I felt like it was pretty quick. It was only a month and a half that I had it. I spent $25 for it at an estate sale. It sold for $275, and that gave me a profit of $207.75. Shipping it was quite a thing. We took foam sheet and remember I told you it's like mounted on a piece of wood and epoxied, so it's really heavy and hard, but I didn't want anything to happen to it. So we took sheet foam and sandwiched it, and then slid it into a box that fit on there perfectly. Sent it UPS. I did have to charge $50 for shipping. Well worth it. It's there. It's been there for a bit now, and they haven't said anything, so I feel like no news is good news. It must be good. I'm just so excited that it sold, and that's probably the favorite thing that I found and sold this year. Love it. Okay, so moving on from that one, a little less exciting, but still cool. Never overlook the clothing at yard sales, because I did pick up this little dress. The brand is Time and Place. It's a vintage denim dress for just 50 cents at a yard sale. I couldn't leave it there. And it sold for $35, giving me a profit of $29.15, and I only had it for 4 months, so that was a good one. Okay, and we're gonna end this with some sales from that Japanese mystery box that I got. Gosh, it was in October. I'll show a picture up here from that video. But if you remember, it's a box about yay, and I was just chock full of little ceramic pieces. Most of them are salt and pepper shakers. A lot of them were broken, which was really sad, because I did find some in there that were worth some good money if they would have been whole and in good shape, but they were broken. But I ended up with 20 pieces to list and sell, so that put it at 50 cents a piece, whether that be a set of salt and pepper shakers or just one figurine. So I did sell 3 this month, so I'm totally covered with the $10 that I spent on the box. So each of these are 50 cents. We had this Siamese cat, and she's some kind of a shaker, but she is just a single. So it's a Siamese cat. I sold her for $16.99, which gave me a profit of $13.24 for her. And then these tiny, tiny trolls were in there, and like I had never seen trolls that small, but they were tiny. There's a set of 6 of them. They did sell for $9, giving me a profit of $6.75. And then this last little pixie elf, which was so cute, she did sell for $22, and the profit for her was $17.60. So I'm in the clear for that box, and I have everything listed, and it's had quite a bit of interest actually. So I did okay. I mean, it did take a lot of time and some research to get all of those listed and decide how much to charge for them. Each set is probably, like $15, and I'll entertain offers lower than that, but hopefully I can sell some more and keep making money on that box for a little while. So that is it for what sold in November. I appreciate you watching. Let me know in the comments down below there if you like seeing the actual profit that was made on that. And again, like I said, that is minus the fees, minus the cost of goods. So that is the actual money that I am taking home. But then of course you do have to pay your income tax on that as well. So there's a lot more involved than just saying, hey, I bought something for $5 and I sold it for $50, so I made $45. It's more involved than that. If you're just getting into reselling, make sure you understand how this works. So I hope this helped you out a little bit, and I hope you had great sales in November too. I'm going to see you on the next video.